Bonjour, Bragino. Did you like that?
Yeah.
No, I can hear you laughing in the background. See, it's okay. I thought that was a good Italian accent.
That
No,
was a good one.
that was bad, babes. That was bad.
I enjoyed
Anyways,
it.
oh well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm so happy. That's really fulfilled my lifelong meaningful like epilogue. I just said a lot of words I didn't even really understand.
Moving on.
Anyways, we're too drunk to be sober. Yeah, the podcast where
One of us is drunk.
and the other one is sober. And by that, Gareth is drunk, I'm sober. And that's the way
There
it
seems
goes.
to be a lot of confusion around that, doesn't there?
Yeah, a lot of people are like, what do you drink, Jamie? I'm like, I don't fucking drink nothing.
When is Jamie getting drunk?
I will get drunk eventually. When we hit like a milestone, I'll get drunk for the first time on stream. That could be a good like Twitch thing,
Would you want to do that?
wouldn't it? Well, I told you I'd get drunk for one like episode.
Well, that's fair.
But we're also thinking of doing like duo live streaming, so keep an eye out for that.
On Twitch, because we're gamers.
We're gamers. We're such nerds. We haven't really like it's not like solidified yet, but that's what we're kind of thinking. But anyways, how are you, Gareth?
I'm good. Can't complain. How are you?
I'm good. You didn't ask me the last episode, so I thought I'd make sure you asked me this one.
Yes, well, I'm growing as a person.
We love that. We love that you're being an educated, woke queen.
Educating myself. Growing as a
Yes,
person.
queen, slay. Yes.
No.
Anything? Have you been up to anything?
Let me think about that for a minute. No.
That wasn't
Absolutely.
more. That was less than a minute.
I've been doing nothing at all. It's
Really?
been very bland around these parts, yeah.
Oh, same as myself. I had my birthday though.
Happy birthday.
I mean, it was 2 days ago, so you're a bit late.
I know.
But it was fun. I mean, nothing happened, but it was fun for whatever. It was at home, just me, myself, and I. But if you don't remember from the last episode, I kind of talked about how my dog was getting surgery. She's out of her surgery now, and she's still not eating and stuff. So hopefully she's all right.
Well, that's good. I'm glad she's home.
Yeah, she's home and all, so hopefully she continues to get better. Oh, she's not really better now, but hopefully she doesn't KO on me.
Don't.
Oh, I know, but like, oh, see, I was
Can't
only
be thinking like that.
I know, but you know me, fucking depressing Sally or whatever. What's it? Anyway, yeah, no, I always get asked like, would you want children? I'm like, no, because I have dogs, and dogs are enough for me. Do you know
That's
what I mean?
all you need.
That's all you need. And I'm sure, like, I know there's a few mothers that listen to our podcast, and fair play to you guys, but kids turn out to be little fucking shits.
Yeah. I
They honestly do.
them at that.
And, like, dogs are just loyal, and they're there for you forever, and they're just so kind and pure. Like, what else would you want?
All they want is just to love you. That's all they want.
That's all they want, and they're so good, and I love dog aids for that. Like, also, we are currently recording over, like, a duo podcasting recording thing. We're not in person right now. Well, we'll be back to normal next week for those who care.
I mean, was it really normal before? We had issues every single fucking week. I think it's a sign from the gods just to pack it in.
Our episode 3 was kind of good, though.
It was, and
that was our best episode. So hopefully this sounds okay for you. If it doesn't, apologies. We are going to be back to normal next week. We just had a busy week. Yeah, like, thanks to everyone again, as always, for listening to our episode last week where we talked about cancel culture and stuff. Before we get into it, I just want to quickly touch on a thing I saw on TikTok. I've already said this to you, but this like girl on TikTok made a video being like, I think people using the word queen to describe like black women and femme people is like microaggressions. And I was like, babes,
no,
shut up. Like, actually shut up.
Yeah, you did actually. You told me about this the other day, and like, what is the point in that?
I don't get it. It's like, and especially because, like, you know how like women are always constantly tearing each other down. Like, I always see like it's like I feel like women have like a strong bond when it comes to looking over them, but then as well, women can be so like nasty towards each other. And I think like trying to tear other people down is like it's like tearing other women down. You shouldn't be doing that. It's like queen is like used as a word as like use queen to like compliment someone. It's not like a microaggression
kind of. Yeah,
I don't get it. It's like people are always trying to find issues with words. It's like eventually we're not going to be able to say words in the future that literally
we're literally not going to have any words left.
Like, what even are words? Like, I get words that have like weight behind them, like, you know, like faggot and stuff. Like, obviously that has words like it's demeaning and stuff, but like the word queen. It's like you use that to compliment someone. It's like the
Yeah,
same as it's like the same as word as fuck. Do you know what I mean?
that doesn't mean anything
Like
when you think
fuck.
about
Like
it.
people like I actually mean something. I don't understand like the whole like theory behind like these are bad words. I'm like, what does fuck even mean? Like has it's like aloha. It actually has no meaning. It means so many things. It's literally like the word like. I use it as in like my daily vocabulary. I actually can't go a day without saying fuck. Like it's so bad.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can really.
No, well, I mean, there's people who don't swear, and then if they say like "boo," they're like, "Oh my
Losers.
god, I'm
Yeah.
so
Oh.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's 300 whips for me."
Oh God.
Like I don't get it. Like, and then it's not like the word shit. It's like that literally just means poo. Like, how is that bad? And
Yeah.
then there's like bitch, which means female dog. Like I was only saying to you yesterday. Remember, I was like reading up on my dog, and it's like the bitch will need to be spayed. I was like, oh my god, can't believe they use it as a word. But then it's like, oh wait, it just means female dog. So it literally means nothing.
Like, what are words? What are
Literally,
they?
how are words formed? That's what I want to know. It's like how do people look at an apple and be like, you know what, that's
That's
an
a,
apple.
yeah. Getting apple vibes.
Yeah. I'm getting strong apple vibes from you. So I just don't get it. I'm like, how do you name stuff and how do you like colors? Colors is what really fucks me up, okay?
This okay. I was actually thinking about this the other day, but you go ahead.
Well, okay, you just interrupted what I was gonna say, but you go ahead first then, bitch.
Okay. Well, I was yeah. This is like another tangent, but like we haven't even got into what we're going to be talking about. So anyway, colors. Okay. Right. Okay. So
Go on, go
I
into
was
it.
just thinking like, do you know the way you look at a color red,
Yeah.
and like that's the color red, but if you show that to somebody else, they could see it as blue, but they're trying to see it as red. I always see things. I always think about that. Do you know, like two different colors could be
Mhm.
like different colors.
Yeah, I got that. I saw like a theory once. It was like so say if your red is blue, it's like you've been taught your whole life that that is a color red, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then it's actually blue, and then if you saw blue and someone says, "Oh, that's like
Like
blue," but
brown.
you
Yeah.
actually see red, it's like that could be like a huge. That actually could be a thing. I think
That's
could
I
be
was
because
thinking about that the other day, and I was like, it has to be something like that
yeah,
because we
because like
don't
isn't
all see the same thing.
yeah, because isn't it mad that like certain animals can see like hundreds of different colors that are like naked to the human eye.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that mad? I wonder what other colors are out there because like you can't even like you cannot like imagine a new color without seeing it. Like I think I saw like a statistic or something like a documentary being like you cannot like physically like create a new color in your mind because you have to visually see it, which is like insane to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm really smart, so I can visualize three, but I know I know what like the normal human beings can't do it,
Oh yeah, the
but
less
I can
superior
do it.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can do
yeah,
it.
yeah. So before we get to today's topic, what are you drinking for us today, Gareth?
Okay, this is yeah. Right. So I thought
Shock.
because this was like a whole like we were gonna anyway. This was like a last minute kind of thing. So I thought I had vodka, which I did, but I had a tiny bit. Okay, so I poured it
Yeah.
into the glass. I was like, that's fuck all. That's not going to get me through an episode. So filled it up with Pepsi. I drank a bit, and I was like, no, can't taste nothing off this. I went downstairs. There was some Tia Maria, so I put the Tia
What's
Maria
that?
in. It's like a kind of, it's like a coffee kind of alcohol. I don't really know how to
Ew.
describe it. Yeah. So I put that on top of everything, and I'm so happy that we're not doing this in person because if you've seen the face on me when I took a sip, it was not attractive at all. It is vile. Like I
Well,
have
that sounds rotten.
vodka,
But
vodka, Pepsi, and Tia Maria.
no. Oh, sorry, it's got a notification there.
Bounce off in the studio,
I know.
please.
Sorry, that was my iPad. So give it some slack. It actually
Oh,
wasn't my
that was
phone.
my iPad 6.
It wasn't. It was
Flexing on
actually.
us.
It was my Amazon. Amazon. What?
Cheap ass.
No, it was your iPad Pro.
Your Amazon tablet. Amazon tablet with an iPhone ringtone downloaded on it.
Do you remember people used to get like I don't know if you ever had an Android in your life because you're probably rich, but like when you had an Android, there would be like apps that could make it look like an iPhone.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember them?
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I was just okay. Once you said you remember them.
Yeah. No.
Anyways, so what? What are you gonna
No.
say?
No.
Speak up.
I was gonna go another tangent, but we're not gonna do that now. Okay. So
Okay. Like,
let's
all
get
right, it's
into
fucking
it.
wasted already.
I think it's just this coffee
Anyways,
because I had a monster and now is there caffeine in Tia Maria? Who knows? But
well, if it's coffee, I assume there's caffeine in it. Fiesta salsa Tia Maria. Sorry.
that's true.
This is what is this? What is this podcast? We're absolutely fucking messes on it. Anyways, moving on, we're getting into today. Our topic for this episode is tattoos and are they taboo? Do you like that? That's the name of the episode, I think, or
Is
something like that.
it? Well,
Well, I
yeah.
think we'll come up with it after, blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're basically just gonna dive in to say like if tattoos, if there's like a lot of prejudice towards tattoos and why they are seen as like taboo in the like trying to get a job or like just like in society, and it should be like normalized now, I think.
In
And
this
like
day
I'm a
and
tattoo.
age.
Yeah, literally, like it's 21st century girl. Like in the 20 in the 21st century, it should be normalized. Like, and yeah, I just think it'd be interesting to dive into.
I think 21st Century Girl got taken off Spotify.
Why?
I don't know. I remember a while ago I was trying to listen to it and on Spotify, and I looked it up and it wasn't there.
That's a fucking pain in the ass. I love that song. You should
Yeah,
put that little clip of. You should put like the background music when I'm singing that 21st century girl, and I'd be
I
like,
don't want to be
woo.
I don't want to be copyrighted by Willow
Oh yeah,
Smith.
I sound too good like Willow Smith. That's all. Yeah, I forgot. I don't want to be
I'm just looking this
impersonating.
up right now because I kind of yeah, it's not there.
Oh right, okay. Well, there you go, folks. Cancel Spotify. Don't get Spotify. If you listen to this podcast, we're sorry. Don't cancel us. Anyways, yeah, we just kind of want to talk that. We just wanted to dive in to tattoos, basically. So myself, being a tattoo artist, I like can definitely still see a lot of like prejudice and stuff towards heavily tattooed and like modified people. Just in general, like I know hundreds of people who have like face tattoos, body modifications such as like scarification, like implants and everything like that, and like it's crazy the way they would be like still seen as like, you know, hoodlums, get off my lawn,
Yeah,
or like just like evil, not evil, but like you know what I mean? Like they look like they're up to no good, which I think is
yeah, yeah,
actually like ridiculous because like tattooed people are just people at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. It's a lot to do with stereotyping as well. Like you see someone with a face
For sure.
tattoo and you're like, oh, you know.
Yeah, you're like,
Well,
oh,
I'm not like that. I'm a cool
yeah,
mob.
cause yeah,
But
yeah,
like,
he's a cool man.
yeah, but you know what I mean. Like
Well,
these, like
yeah,
that's what people think. Like they see someone with a face tattoo or something like that, and they're like, ugh.
I think so as well because like I before I started working as an apprentice, like when I very first started, I went to the tattoo studio I used to work at, and walked in and like everyone had like face tattoos and like were heavily tattooed, and I was like intimidated as fuck because like I had no tattoos. I was like, oh my god, they're probably like really scary, but they're actually like the biggest sweethearts ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you said, they're just people. They just have drawings on them.
That's literally it. Like I don't understand. I don't understand like how having a tattoo like is like the same as like like being a drug dealer or like breaking the law and trash shit around. Like
Like a
it
rock
makes no
chick.
sense to me because like a rock shit blue for the Teen Vogue party.
I was quoting
No
Avril
one's probably gonna get
Lavigne.
that reference.
I was quoting
Oh,
Avril
that's cool.
Lavigne.
I know you're quoting it. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
know you
okay.
bet. Yeah. But me and Gareth were both kind of like I'm heavily tattooed, but Gareth is getting there. Because I'm
Yeah,
literally peer pressuring him into getting tattoos all the time.
I don't even get a say in it anymore.
No, I'm literally like, Gareth, let's do a tattoo. He's like, okay. He just like no say. But do you find like people would act differently because you have tattoos or anything like that?
um, not really. I mean, because I can cover mine; they're all on my arms and stuff. But like
Mm,
in work, yeah, like big time. Because obviously, I'm not a tattoo artist. Um,
yeah,
you know, like you'd have to have your sleeves like down all the time. I left my. I'm not going to say where I was going, but I left my job to go to a new place, and I remember I was trying on like I don't know if I said where I was working before, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say now. But I probably did. But I was like trying on my uniform, like in for the new job, and like I still had like the uniform on, and they were asking like, "Oh, would you like want a short sleeve shirt or like a long sleeve shirt?" And I was like taking like the jacket off and taking the shirt off. I had like a t-shirt on underneath, so I was not stripping in front of my coworkers.
yeah.
Um, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just take like one of each, I suppose, just for the summer months."
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
just a short sleeve shirt.
Oh
And
yeah.
they saw at the time I only had like one. I had like one on each arm, I think. So I had like yeah, two two tattoos.
I don't know. I was like, Garrett's getting heavily tattooed. He's like, I had two tattoos at the time.
Uh, yeah, so I had like two tattoos, but like one on each arm that you could see, and like they saw them and they were like, "No, we are not giving you a short sleeve shirt. No way, no way.
Did they
You have
actually
to."
say that to you?
Yeah, like they
I didn't
wouldn't
know
let
that.
me have like I had to have like they gave me the long sleeve shirt. I would not have like an option. anyway, it's not like a big deal. But I'm just saying that that's the thing. Like they just have to be covered up all the time because they just don't look professional, which is
Yeah, I
weird
don't
to
get
me.
that. Yeah. Like I think like if you obviously have like something like, xenophobic or racist or just like offensive, fair enough, cover it. But like how is like a rose on your arm gonna offend anyone?
I literally had the portrait that you did
Oh
and
yeah, I love that one.
Ariana on the other arm. I was like, what about these scream intimidating to you? Like, come on.
Yeah,
You
it's kind
know.
of crazy. And like, would you find that like your family members would be like kind of weird to you because you have tattoos now or anything?
No, I mean, I don't think at the start, obviously, they were kind of like, I mean, because I told them my first tattoo that you gave me was like the Ariana one. So it wasn't like, it was
Mm,
nothing, mad. And my mom was kind of like, oh, you can cover that up, can't you? You can cover that up. That was the only kind of thing. They were just worried about like me being able to cover it up for potential jobs and stuff. So like
yes.
they weren't like disgusted by tattoos or anything. I don't think my dad likes them, but
Oh, well,
he hasn't
you're
really
covered
said
in it
much.
now.
Yeah, because he hasn't really said much about it. It's just they were only just worried about covering it up for jobs and stuff. That's the only main thing.
Yeah, fair. I think my mom was kind of okay with them to start, but my dad absolutely hated them, man. Oh my god! When
Really?
I first got my first yeah, oh god, he still hates them. Like, and I remember I first got my first tattoo, he wouldn't look at me for like weeks. I was like, okay, well, it's there now, and it's not going anywhere, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. But as obviously time goes on, he's like, okay, whatever. But I remember I got my neck tattoo, and he was like, my mom was like crying the night before. He's like, don't get your neck tattoo, please. And I was like, I'm gonna get it done. I was like, the appointment's booked and everything. And like, she's so funny. She'd be like, the day before, she's like, oh, that sounds like really cool. And then she's like, no, Jamie, don't do it. And they're like, like, once you don't tattoo your face or anything. I'm like, well, you're in for a shotgun. I will be getting me face on eventually. Um, but it's like I also have a few like family members like a few of my aunts and stuff who be like, "What are you doing covering yourself with those tattoos? You look disgusting." Like I have beef with my auntie because I'm like, I'll fucking wear me tattoos proudly if I want to, you fucking slag. I'm like, worry about your fucking marriage, you alcoholic.
Oh,
Oh, tea. But no, people who listen to my TikToks know I have beef with my alcoholic aunt, so it's nothing new.
yeah.
But
I wasn't expecting it to go down that road. But
but like she's always giving out to me like she's always like you'd be so much more attractive if you didn't have tattoos. I'm like you fucking slimy bitch. I'm like no offense here, but you're not fucking hot yourself. Like you know who I'm talking about.
I do. That's why I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, you know who I talk. You know who I'm talking
I
about.
know. I
Yeah.
know. Seen
Anyways,
around a few times.
um, but yeah, I just don't get it. I'm like, I don't understand people's like need or like the people feel the need to like input their input on tattoos. It's like, okay, fair enough. If you don't want tattoos, that's understandable. Tattoos aren't for everybody, but then just trying to like degrade someone for having it, being like, you don't look attractive with tattoos. I'm like, well, what should we do now? They're on my body. I can't do
Yeah.
anything about it. And like, I think for me, tattoos have personally made me look 10 times better. I think like with tattoos you're more unique. You
Hmm.
can put what you want on your body. It's like you're not a blank canvas. And I think like it kind of just like I feel like once you're heavily tattooed, people are just like, oh, he's cool. Do you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, 100%. Like I mean, I'm not covered in them, but I have like,
Have like, get like a half sleeve.
I have like seven, a little seven tattoos going on. But like, yeah, it just makes you feel more confident as well. Like looking back at pictures
Oh
of
yeah,
myself, I look so bland,
yeah,
just standing there, just white.
oh yeah. Blank piece of paper. No, I definitely think having tattoos has made me more confident.
Hmm.
Like especially like with my arms, because I used to hate showing my arms because I was just like so like skinny or anything, but like once I had my arms out, I was like, yeah, I'm looking cool. My Teen Vogue party tattoos going on. Um, and like I love like having my arms out now and like having my hand and my neck tattooed. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just a shit. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm just that bitch.
I would just love to have my neck, no, not my neck, my
Your
hand
hand,
tattooed. Yeah.
just get it done.
Like that's the thing. We're in this subject right now. Do we talk about it? That's like you literally can't because it limits the
That's
amount
true.
of job opportunities you can get, which is so fucking weird. I
Yeah, that's
mean,
true. I actually have. Yeah,
like I'm not gonna
go on.
rock up to like an office job with like a panther on my hand or like roses. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, which is like you shouldn't even think of that. But
Well, I
like,
mean, do you want to be working in an office though?
no, that's true. But I mean, like you shouldn't even have to think like that.
Exactly.
having
I
to,
know. I think as well, but like a lot more, a lot more places are becoming more like accepting with tattoos. Like when I was working in a retail shop that sold shoes, they were like, "Yeah, we actually encourage people to look more like unique and quirky, and it's like tattoos and everything are allowed." So I was like, "Oh, this is great." I was like, "I love in life," and then I used to get compliments all the time, like off customers, being like, "I love your tattoos." It's like, "Thank you,
so
thanks, babe."
jealous.
But there's I actually have a little list of statistics that we can like talk about. So
Oh, came prepared, did we,
I
Austin?
know, came prepared because we keep getting shit for that. People are like, put in some fucking information. I'm like, okay, Jesus Christ.
Did they say
It's like,
that?
you fucking do a podcast. You have full. Well, no, only one person said to
Oh,
me.
okay.
And it wasn't even like, I wasn't even given out to me. They're like, I think this would be helpful. Um, so it wasn't rude at all. I'm just being dramatic.
You're not the
Just
brightest, so
joking.
give us a break.
No, yeah, we just like talk shit. So, but anyways, I actually have some info to help back up our statements. So, these are like tattoo placements that reduce an employee's chance of getting like a job.
Hmm.
So, 61% of employers will not hire someone with a face tattoo, 40% not hired with a neck, 32% with hands, 25% with one and both arms done. Forearms is 70%, upper arms is 11%, and lower back is 7%.
Oh,
My question is, who's fucking looking at your lower back for a job interview?
yeah.
What job is going to have you required to have your lower back out? Unless, I don't know, you're a fucking lower back model. But like, what job actually has your lower back out? I don't understand that.
That's builders.
Oh yeah, because they have their fucking they have their butt cracks out, don't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, when you said forearms, I was like,
Ew.
no, it's just like forearms. That's why I laughed because I was like,
Stupid.
I know, but then I got it. But
No.
like, what was that forearm one? Does this just to kind of
17% of employers will not hire anyone with their forearms.
70?
17,
Oh, I was like,
which like
fucking
is
hell.
quite low, but like still
Still,
17% is kind of high considering like you can cover them with like a long sleeve shirt,
yeah.
you know.
Considering the amount of people who have fucking a tattoo there anyway.
And as well, I don't understand. It's like a lot of places, a lot of retailers would be like, we don't hire someone with like tattoos or like blah blah blah. But it's like you're literally just selling like clothes or something. It's not like you're fucking being a doctor or something. It's like
Yeah.
why can't I have a tattoo?
If someone's good at the job, I don't understand
Yeah,
why.
exactly. I do not understand. But like I think as well, it's getting a lot better as well because like I see like nurses and stuff having like full sleeves and everything, and like
The
when I was at
nurse.
the
Okay,
what?
yeah. We'll get, yeah. Sorry, I keep
No,
cutting you
say
off.
it.
No, because remember the nurse, I
No,
got
it's
my
fine.
tonsils out.
Oh yes.
I'll tell this story. This is fun. So I got my tonsils out last year before the Ponda replay, and I was like lying in bed, and this was the night nurse that was on. Okay, and like she came into me, and she noticed my tattoo, and we were talking about tattoos for ages, and she was like, "Oh, can I show you my tattoo?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So she got up and closed the door to my room, and I was like,
Oh,
and then she
sounds like
like
a porno.
pulled down her trousers, and it was
This
literally, and I'm
definitely
like,
sounds like a porno.
yeah, and it was like obviously it was like below her like ass, so it was on the back of her leg, but like I just stood there, I was like, this is a nurse, like just doing this, I was like, ugh. And it was a nice tattoo, but like the bell kept ringing for someone who was like obviously needed help, and I was
Yeah.
like, should you not get that? And she's like, no, they're probably fine. And she was the only night nurse on that
Fine.
ward, so
Oh
they're
well,
dead
hopefully that
now.
patient's
So
okay. Well, at least you got to see your tattoo.
yeah, it
But
was nice. She'd be
it
lovely.
yeah, like I was saying, I was at the vet the other day, and someone who was actually coming in to get tattooed by me was like, "Oh, get tattooed by you." Like they had like a little half sleeve going on. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. You're like working in a vet," and they're like, "Cool with that." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
is like showing that people are like being more progressive and stuff, but also it's
hmm
like kind of still set back a little.
yeah. I mean, tattoos are only fucking drawings.
Literally, that's what I mean. Like I said, once you don't have anything offensive or like racist or blah blah blah,
Yeah,
I think they're absolutely fine.
it
And
literally
like
doesn't change you at all, apart from making you more confident. That's the only thing.
oh, 100%. And like people, I don't understand people like you like people be like you're gonna look so much more attractive with tattoos, or they'll be like I don't find you attractive with tattoos. Like I've had people on my Instagram being like you should not have gotten your neck tattoo done, you look more attractive without it. Like, well, I wasn't doing it for you, fucking user
Yeah,
underscore no one. Like, who are you? Like, literally no one fucking knows who you are, no one
none
cares who
of
you
their
are. Like,
business.
And even if I did get it for someone, which I would never would get a tattoo for someone to
Hmm.
like try prove like to try and impress them, whose else's business what it is it but mine?
Honestly,
But like I would never get a tattoo just for someone else. I get it for me because I like having tattoos and I like being covered in them because I think they look pretty and nice. I always say to my clients when they're unsure, say they have a tattoo design, they're like, I think this would look cool here, but the placement is just like shocking. I just say like you want to wear your tattoos like jewelry. You know, you want to make sure it fits the body nicely and it makes you like it's like an accessory. It makes you look better. So it's always like best to like listen to your artist when you kind of go into that stuff and be like, oh, do you know what? I actually do want this to be a like good body placement. So it's like I'm wearing it to look better, not to impress you.
that's a really good piece of advice. That the
You're
jewelry.
welcome. Well,
Thank you.
yeah, I know. Isn't that a good advice?
Well, I'll write that down.
Write that
But
down.
no,
Write that down.
it's so true though. Like you'd want to wear like jewelry. Fancy
Yeah,
jewelry.
you. Also, apologies. Like I'm not sure if like the internet is lagging, but we just keep like talking over each other. So like, if you hear that, you're just gonna have to suffer through it.
I think. Well, no, I think it's because we're recording over Wi-Fi, so it might be a bit. But like when we did this last time, it kind of sounded more synced up. So let's just pray.
Yeah.
If not, you're in for another week of a rocky road, but you should be used
Oh,
to it
I
by
love
now.
rocky roads.
Oh yeah,
I could kill for a fucking rocky road right now.
yeah. I'm
I
just.
really could.
I definitely think there was something in this Tia Maria because I'm starting to feel a bit funky.
Cash fish. Anyway, back to like the whole like forearm situation with like the tattoos. So I have like more statistics because I'm like Stephen Hawking. Wait, which one is Stephen Hawking? Is he the skateboarder?
No, it's Tony Hawk. Stephen Hawking is the kind, the wheelchair.
Oh
Tony.
yeah.
Hey mate.
I meant to say it because like he's really smart, isn't he, Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, I mean Tony Hawk's not that smart
Yeah,
either.
but I got confused. I thought Tony Hawk was Stephen Hawking. They shouldn't have had the same last name, okay?
They don't. It's Tony Hawk and Stephen
But
Hawking.
there's both hawks there, they're both birds. Do you know what I mean? I think one of them died, didn't he? Stephen Hawking, I think, died.
Yeah.
R.I.P. But he is smart. Well, or was. I completely forgot what I was saying.
Stephen Hawking.
Oh yeah, I have statistics. Lol. So these are like some of the most tattooed bodied parts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to have a guess of which would be the highest body part that has been tattooed?
Oh, this is a fun game. Okay.
Damn.
I would say that's the forearm. Lower arm.
Yeah, forearm is the highest percentage of people getting tattooed.
Is that the lower part of the arm?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't do chemistry. So that's that's the highest percentage.
Yeah, by 40%. And then the back is 39%, hand/wrist is 34%, upper arms 33%, shoulder is 28%, chest is 28% as well, lower leg is 23 and foot/ankle is 22%.
Oh,
Yeah, and you want to know why these are like the most tattooed body parts?
yeah.
It's because of like job opportunities. It basically like says here in this article I'm reading is like the reason why people get like the forearms, the back, the wrists, upper arm, shoulder arm is so it's easily covered by workplaces, so they don't get like prejudiced, like you don't get like people being prejudiced towards them for having tattoos, so they don't like can't get job opportunities and everything. Isn't that mad?
That's some. I would have thought the ankle would have been higher than if that was the case.
That's what I would have thought as well. But I think because the ankle's so small, I think a lot of people who like tattoos like getting kind of like decent sized,
True.
like pieces of work. But I mean, 22% compared to 40 is still kind of high. Considering like the neck and everything isn't there, which I get. But I think like in today's society, it should be acceptable for people to have tattoos that are visible.
Yeah, like they're literally just drawings. That's it. There's
That's
nothing.
literally what it is, but it's like I said, once they're not offensive, I do not understand the whole reasoning as to why tattoos aren't are seen as like such like criminal things. Because I think as well, like in Ireland is still like a very like Catholic like country,
Mhm.
and like it has been for years because like Ireland has a huge history. We could get that into another thing, but like like women and stuff, they're seen as like if you like sleep with more than two men, you're a fucking hooker or something, and then it's like men should be the ones making the money. It's like still quite misogynistic, I think,
It's
in Ireland.
yeah, it's still like that. for the
I
most
still think
part.
it, yeah, for sure. And then it's like a lot of schools in Ireland are still run by nuns, and like a lot of them will, like I remember in my primary school, it wasn't like run by nuns, but like it was a Catholic kind of school, and it's like you can't have hair gel in, you can't have ear piercings in, you can't have nail polish, you can't wear makeup, blah blah blah. And it's like, how does this affect? How does the color of my hair affect my ability to learn?
How does fucking hair gel affect
Oh, let
that?
me tell you, when I was in sixth class, so I was 11 or 12, I used to have like really spiky hair and like a mohawk and everything,
Hmm.
dark days. And I like wore hair gel into school one day, and the principal came in and was like, "What are you doing with that hair gel in?" And I was like, I was like, I'm just, it's punk, miss. Like, what are you talking about? And she was like, wash that out now. And I was like, wait, what? And she was like, go to the bathroom and wash it out. And I was like, but the bathroom's in use. So we had like a bathroom at the back of the class. And she was like, well, wash your hair out there. And I was like, in front of everyone. And she was like, yeah, do it. So I like rinsed my hair out. And I didn't have a towel, obviously, because like who brings a fucking towel to school?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting to fucking have to wash my hair in front of everyone in my whole class. And she's like, you can sit there with your hair rinsing wet while for your punishment. And I was sitting at the back of the class with fucking like rinse dripping wet hair. Um and it was like when we were getting really bad snow as well. Like it was just like the first day of it, so it was fucking freezing cold, and I got really sick from it. But that principal's died now, so
Good.
rest in peace, bitch.
It's reasons like this is why you're burning in hell.
Now who's fucking freezing down there?
My hell's very hot.
Well, no, I mean in the grave.
Ah,
Unless she was cremated, then she was probably warm as well.
that's how I want to go.
What, you want to burn in hell?
Yeah.
That's fair. I'll meet you down there, babes. But yeah, I think as well, like in the industry as well, you see a lot of people who are like extremely heavily tattooed, and even like when I'm tattooing clients and I have someone who's come in with like, the whole face done or whatever, they're like, "Oh my god, he looks intense," or like, "He looks terrifying," or like, "Why would you do that?" It's like, leave people to do what they want with themselves. If they're not harming anyone else, what does it matter what they do with their own bodies?
Yeah, it just doesn't make fucking sense. Like they're nice people.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I
just
mean.
the
Like,
way, it's just the way people, society look at them.
yeah,
That's the only, you know.
like I know a guy who has like his whole face like blacked out, and he is like so lovely. But people are like, oh, he's such a weirdo or something because he's done this. And it's like it's his own body; he can do what he wants with it.
Yeah.
It's just like we're all vessels in this world, and we get to do what we want. That's what makes us individuals and human beings. That was
Agree.
good. Oh my god, I should
Yeah.
write that down.
Should
I'm gonna
write
get
a
that
book.
fucking tattooed.
Yeah, write a book.
Are we? Oh, we should still write a book.
I know.
I don't think we have the vocabulary to do that.
No.
It's like
No.
how do we write in English accents?
I just spell everything out phonetically.
But like back to what you were saying about like you want to get your hand done. It's like it's a shame that you like want to get your hand done, but
I just can't.
you can't because people are like, I don't want to get job opportunities because I really want to do your hand tattoo.
Mm-hmm. It's just a shame because like that was probably like I've always wanted it done like ever since. I mean, when I was like younger, I wasn't mad about tattoos. I didn't mind them. Like I didn't care, but like it wasn't like my first kind of priority to get one. I don't think until
Yeah.
like I turned like maybe 18,
Mm.
and then I saw
Good.
more people.
You
What?
got your first tattoo in Magaluf.
Yeah, and I don't regret it.
Yeah, you do. You're always like, I fucking hate this little
I
dot. That's
do. No, because there's I got like a crescent moon, as masculine as that is, on my wrist of all places, and there's like a little dot at the end of it. I didn't realize, obviously, because I was pissed. Um, I didn't realize it like till a few days after there was like a little dot down the end of it. So that is my villain origin story.
Love that. Love that. Yeah. I hate when people get tattoos of Magaluf. Oh my god. I know people have those party tattoos, but like it's like they're so unsanitary over there. And like
Oh,
the tattooers are shocking as well. Oh my god.
so bad. Like he did that tattoo. Well, I mean, it probably wouldn't take long to do, but he got it done like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, was it sword?
I mean, I was drunk, so not really. It just pinched a bit, but like, not really.
Oh, fair, fair. I hate when people are like tattoos don't hurt. I'm like, yes, they fucking do.
They do. Stop lying to
I
yourself.
think you're actually very good at sitting for tattoos. I have to say, I've tattooed like loads of people in my friend group or whatever, and like believe me, compared to a lot of them, you're not annoying.
Yeah, I know, because I want to sit there and I just concentrate on like the pain and just trying to like just concentrate on it,
Mm,
just so I don't fucking be
yeah,
like, I need to take a break. I need to
yeah,
stop right
fair.
now. Like,
Get us a needle out of my skin.
get me the fuck out of here. But no, I just try and like concentrate on it just so I don't like want to break every like 5 minutes.
No, you're really well. You literally will sit there like a brick and you will like just take it. Garrett's used to taking it though, to be fair, so that's probably like sorry, Dad, if you're listening. You're gonna come around.
Stop it!
Like, oh, sticking to the man. But yeah, no, like I personally think tattoos are like so incredibly painful. I fucking hate getting them done, but I love the after, like the outcome of it.
Yeah.
You know, I
The,
think there's a so pretty after, so it's always worth it.
I think the thing that I hate the most about it is like that plasma stuff
Oh, like after the night after when like you cling to
and
it.
the smell. That is the worst thing for me.
Oh yeah, it's rotten.
I'm a
Yeah.
gag every time.
There's this thing on TikTok. Do you remember the like second skin I put on you and you got like a rash from it? Was it you that
Yeah.
put second skin on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you remember the second skin you got a rash from it? There's this thing on TikTok that people do. It's called like an ink sac. So basically they'll put the
I
second skin
saw
on it.
that.
Yeah. And they'll literally let the liquid build up for days until
I
it's
saw
one
your
big sack of
TikTok on
ink.
that. I was nearly getting sick. I was like, how the
Like
fuck is someone just sitting there like that?
that's disgusting. I know on my TikTok I was like, you should not do that, but like it's really like bad because like that is literally just bacteria being collected underneath your like.
Literally, that's shit that comes out of your body that
Yeah, it's
doesn't want to
because
be there.
the whole reason why it comes out is because your body's like, no, do you know what? I just don't want this in me. So push, let's get this out of me, queen. And then it's like then it like builds up. But like leaving that over, like I always recommend if you have the second skin, it's like you put it on and wash it the next day, put it fresh on, you leave it on for 2 days. But leave it on, some people leave it on for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm like, what are you doing? That's rotten. Especially if you have like that big of a sack. It's like, oh, you need to get rid of that,
She
babe.
was like swishing it around.
I know.
I was like, ugh.
But like that's disgusting because, like I said, it's literally bacteria building up. So it's like you don't want that bacteria there. Get rid of it. Clean it. Ugh. I could go on a whole other rant of how people are so stupid of taking care of tattoos. We should do like a tattoo. I know because you're not even like a tattoo artist or anything, but like I would love to just rant about like shitty clients and shitty fucking people who do shit with tattoos. Like
We should do that.
we'll do it. This is just like a kind of like the prejudice between tattoos and stuff. I completely went on a different rant there, but
I'm glad you brought
it's all it's all kind of interlocked anyway.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I just find I find it quite mad that a lot of people are still quite prejudiced towards people who are covered in tattoos or who have like body modifications. Because like at the end of the day, they're still people. If they do their job well, why not hire them?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't, obviously, because I have tattoos, and even before, like when I didn't have any, I didn't even think twice about somebody who had a fucking tattoo. Do you
Oh,
know what I mean?
literally, 100%.
Like, it's just a tattoo. There's nothing, do you know?
Yeah,
I just can't understand the whole thing. I really can't.
and as well, a lot of like high-paying jobs won't take you on if you have like tattoos. Not saying like because like there's a difference between like like influencers and like YouTube and stuff because obviously they're like basically self-employed so they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
But, like if you want to work for like a lawyer firm or like especially oh my god air hostess and stuff they are so fucking strict for tattoos. It's actually insane.
Really?
Oh yeah, you're like, especially like they have like really bad beauty standards there, so you have to be like at least like 5'6". You have to be skinny. You have to be clear skinned and beautiful, or else they won't like accept you on. But one of our
That's
friends
so
used
fucking stupid.
one of our friends used to work in the airport. She was like saying that like you cannot have tattoos like anywhere in your body basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how would you not get on like your ankle? Like, would you not get like on your hip or something? And she's like, no, you're not allowed. But it's like, how are they gonna check? They're hardly being like, let me see your hips before you put a moment on the hips, forever on the lips. They're probably it's not like they're checking your hips all the time, but I think they're just like, no, we just want to be cautious. But even my dad was saying he used to work in the airport and he had a coworker who had like an eyebrow piercing and they had to cover it with like a plaster every day going to work. And I was like, does that not look more stupid?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Like, would you not just let the piercing out? And I like as well. I think piercings are like really nice. They're they're jewelry. They should just be seen as like wearing a necklace or something. But people don't want to admit that.
Yeah. I mean, even like this is about like piercing. Piercings, yes. When I was in my old job, our friend Kieran used to work with us.
Shout out to Kieran. Woot woot.
Yeah. Boo. He had like, and he got a nose piercing, and like, they just wouldn't, like every time he like had it down, because it was one of those things you could just like flick back up, so like he could hide it easily. Every time he had it down, they would just give out shit to him because he had a nose piercing.
They give out shit to him for free.
Yeah. Even people had like the nose piercings at the side of their noses, like the little studs.
Oh yeah.
had to take them out right away, and they were like the little tiny ones. Do you know what I mean? That you wouldn't even see.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's
Like
like,
for
how does this? And
what?
it's like you're working in like a supermarket. How does this affect my job to fucking stack food? It's like, oh no, this is not gonna let me stack food. Okay, so we're gonna just dive into the questions. A lot of them we kind of touched on, so I'll just like kind of give our opinion on it. But one of them is from Pamela Shield. I've actually tattooed her, I think, before.
Hello, Pamela.
Hello, Pamela, and she asked why women with tattoos are seen as more rebellious or don't suit normal female roles. That's interesting.
That is. I never actually thought about that before.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm used to just seeing heavily tattooed females like all the time because I like
Yeah.
work in the industry.
Hmm.
But I don't understand like the whole like thing. It's like if you have like loads of tattoos as a female, you're seen as like not more masculine, but kind of more like as you said, rebellious. You know what I mean? It's like if they're
Yeah.
like if they have heavy tattoos, like oh she's alternative, but it's like I can still fucking have loads of tattoos, but listen to Ariana Grande. Like
Yeah. I've never actually thought about that. That's interesting though,
yeah,
because I don't see it like that. But I mean, I've never actually thought about stuff like that before.
yeah, I don't see it like that either. It's like because like obviously like I said, I work with loads of females with tattoos, but it's like you know, taxi drivers are the worst for this shit. Like, I'd be like, what? They're like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, oh, I'm a tattoo artist. Like, oh, I don't like people who are like covered in tattoos. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then they're like, I hate women who have tattoos that they're like ruining their beautiful bodies, and then they'll be like, they're just so much sexier out there. I'm like, you're fucking gicky. I'm like, shut the
You're a good
fuck up.
50-year-old taxi driver. Like, what
Yeah,
chances
and
do you
like,
have with them? Like,
and it's rotten. And like a few of my friends who like will get taxi on, they're like, we don't like women with, like heavy tattoos, and then the people in the taxi are my friends who are heavy tattooed and are female, and they're like just so uncomfortable by these remarks. And it's like, why do you feel the need to say this out loud to people?
yeah,
Fair enough. If you don't like them, just keep it to yourself.
nobody fucking cares.
No one cares. No one cares. But I don't really understand why women are seen as like more rebellious for wearing like having tattoos. Like I think as well there is that like stigma, like you know, when, like men wear tattoos, it's like oh they're cool and edgy, but then it's like a female wears them, they're like oh they're like alternative or they're like trashy looking. But I genuinely don't understand it. I think it's just kind of like a double standard
Double
thing. To be
standards.
honest with
Yeah.
you, yeah, I genuinely think, and it's like quite misogynistic. I think as well, so something to do with that.
Extremely. It's just a fucking drawing on your skin.
I know. I genuinely don't understand. It's like I just don't get how drawing can affect your ability to work or be a good person. But that's for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting to a next question now by bitch dot boy.
Oh god.
Um, they asked, "Is there any tattoos that you think are genuinely unprofessional?" You go ahead, Garrett, because I'm curious to see what you say.
Um. No, I mean like not suitable for work ones. Obviously, it's right there in the title. Like you know, like the penis tattoos and all the phallic ones. I feel like they might be just a tad. You know.
I'm the same. But me personally, you know, like people will get like tattoos of like people having sex and stuff. Like, fair enough. I'm all for people having sex. Like I said, everyone has sex, and not like the one we did with Sinead. But
Yeah.
when if you have like a woman sucking a fucking dick on your forearm, because I've seen loads of back pieces of people like having like gangbangs on people's backs, like a full back piece of a gangbang scene. And I'm like, okay, fair enough, but like if as bad as it sounds, I was like, I don't think that is the most professional job, like professional kind of like tattoo setting. Because like if you're going for a job interview, like for I don't know, for like a kid's store or whatever, like selling shoes, or
Yeah.
whatever, you don't want to have a woman sucking a fucking massive cock in your arm, like to be like, here's your shoes, and like, mommy, what's that on his arm? Something like that. I'd be like, okay, do you know what? Just cover it if you can. But if there
Yeah.
was like really visible, because I've seen hand tattoos as well, that'd be like women, like so. I was like, okay, each their own. But like obviously, I guess it kind of depends what setting you're going for. Like I said, you wouldn't really be applying for like a kid's store if you had a fucking massive cock on your arm, like so.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. But I think they're cool. But I just wouldn't want to work in like having someone in like a kid shop with a massive dick on their arm because it's like it's inappropriate. But like I
Yeah.
said, each their own. And our last question comes from Adam Moriarty. I think I'm saying that right. Why, in your opinion, do you think they're seen as unprofessional?
I'd have to say like the stereotypes again. Like people just think like people with tattoos are just people who are up to no good. You know, they surround themselves with bad people. They do shit things. Like that's what just the stereotype is for tattoos. I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think as well, like it kind of like stems back from like past. So it's like people with tattoos would be like you know, like obviously there was like tribes that would do tattoos like years ago. I'd say a lot of tribes still do like tribal tattoos, but a lot of like pirates and stuff would have tattoos, and you know, like a lot of people in prison would get tattoos, and like, you know,
Hmm.
gangs and like criminal gangs would get tattoos. I think they're associated with that, and that's where the kind of stigma comes from. But we need to kind of break out of that because like, I'm not trying to be rude, but you don't see a fucking pirate going around with a whole floral, delicate, like single needle tattoo. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like they would get like, you know, prison style tattoos where they'd be like stick and poking and shit. You know, it's like that kind of crazy
Yeah.
stuff. So it's like obviously people with a fucking dog portrait. I mean, they could still probably be a fucking serial killer or something, but it's like it's a nice tattoo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they're hardly like they're I mean, you can't really judge the book, but I was like, I doubt like people with like fine line tattoos are going to be fucking like hoodlums or anything. They
Yeah.
just want to get the art done. I always say to people, this is what I don't get. It's like a lot of people will get like, you know, like home tattoos. Do you know what I mean? Like people will tattoo themselves at home,
No, yeah. Yeah.
and I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, this is not related to what I was talking about, but like, people will get like shitty tattoos at home, and they'll like be like, oh, do you know what? This is cool because I'm getting a tattoo. But it's like, just because a tattoo is cheaper does that not mean it's gonna be good. Good tattoos are not cheap. Cheap tattoos are not good.
Yeah.
Period. Period. Sis. Um, but yeah, you can kind of like. I feel like you can kind of tell. Like if I was if you not tell because like I said, I don't want to be prejudiced or because then I'm just contradicting myself.
Yeah.
But if someone came in, like I said, if someone came into me with big fucking, you know, racist tattoo, obviously I'm not going to hire them.
Hmm.
But if someone came in with like, I don't know, like a dainty little flora piece, a cutesy little ladybug, she's a mammoth, of course. Obviously then it's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think it just kind of goes back to like the whole stigma and like the stereotyping behind it.
Yeah. I think so too.
Well, okay, guys, that is this episode of Too Drunk to Be Sober. How do you think we did, Gareth?
I'm praying we did okay
Oh, if
because
you
we
fucking
recorded.
listen to this audio and it's not fucking good, I swear to fucking God.
I'll just have a mental breakdown by myself. But you know
You
what?
won't, yeah, you won't be hearing this. We'll have a whole new episode.
Yeah.
Re-recording the script.
Oh
Oh, but I think
no,
I
even
got it
thinking
okay.
even thinking about that now, I'm getting into a funk now. Get me out of it.
I'm a god, come here. Oh, that was such a lame joke. Ignore that.
Mm,
Delete it. And yeah, like I said, these like podcasts we kind of do. Like I think personally, I kind of prefer when we do like the more
the ranty
kind
ones.
of casual ones where they're not like yeah, not like scripted and anything. Because like the
Yeah.
first one we did, we kind of had like little bullet points of what we wanted to say. And we kind of, I feel like we kind of just kept using that as like a reference, but I kind of like the ones where we just kind of talk because I think that was like what people kind of like to listen to. It's just more casual conversation.
Yeah, like even like I was telling you when I was editing the last one, I just enjoyed listening to it more. I enjoyed editing it because it was just more casual. It was more fun to like listen to,
Yeah,
like compared to like our first one.
yeah, and like as well, I think we're getting like less nervous as well. We're kind of just more comfortable with talking on the mic and stuff now.
Babes, I've only had one drink. Granted, it was like
You've
five
only had
drinks
one
in one.
drink. This is
Yeah.
supposed to be too drunk to be sober. You're supposed to be fucking pissed.
Look, girls, the viewers, everybody, listen to me for a minute. Yeah, this was very last minute, so I did not have the time to go to the
It
shop and get
was,
drink.
yeah.
I thought I had more vodka downstairs. Turns out I did not. So I had to work with what I got. But I definitely think that my mom snuck something in that Tia Maria because I'm feeling a bit funky.
She roofied you.
Definitely going downstairs to get more after the show. But where was I going with this?
I don't know, Gareth.
No, but yeah, I enjoyed like listening to like our last episode. It was a lot more fun. Like, yeah, we're confident. There we go. We're back now. Yeah,
You're definitely fucking pissed for that Tia Maria, man.
no, we definitely are more confident in doing this. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Mhm.
Like, if you listen to like the third episode and the first episode, you can't hear me at all. I'm just there, like, yeah, yeah.
That's
Oh
very
yeah.
interesting.
I mean, I'll still do that now, but that's because I'm not the brightest. And I'm scared to talk most of the time. But I'm scared to say something that just won't make sense, which happens all the time. So I should just get used to that. But
No, I think the podcast. Like I said, I think I prefer these kind of more casual ones. We apologize if today was rough because this was very last minute. We were meant to record a different day, but it turns out our schedules were conflicting. So we're just like, we will do this online. Why are you laughing at me?
Our schedules as if I do anything.
We have your movie night with your family on Friday.
That's true. Goodness, that.
I was like this to Gareth. I was like, oh, do you want to? Because I was like, we normally record on a Wednesday, and I was like, oh, do you want to record? I can't record Thursday. I was like, trying to do Friday. He's like, I'm busy. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, having a movie night with me family.
It's Harry Potter.
So I'm like, oh, you're fucking booked and busy, aren't you, babes? Oh god,
Like,
I
you
love that.
plans for Thursday and then you cancelled, so it was only right if I cancelled.
I was actually fucking busy.
I'm busy too.
I'm gonna go up to your house one day and you're gonna be like curled up in your little Hogwarts blanket with your fucking round cast and with your little wand casting spells. I love that.
Oh.
But yeah, thanks. Oh god almighty, we're a fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we're from now on, we're just gonna, unless we kind of have a clear idea of what we want to talk about for the next episode, we're gonna mention it at the end. But for next week, I'm not sure what we're gonna do.
We had like 4 solid ideas, and then we're just
no, literally. When me and Gareth like were talking about this podcast, like we were like, oh, let's do this, and then we came up with 4 ideas, and we're like, okay, that's it.
This is great. The ball will just start rolling after that.
But like, people keep messaging, being like, talk about like the gay community, how it's toxic. I'm like, we already fucking did that, man. Yeah. I just fucking said that, man.
But I was actually thinking about that. Like, I do want to like talk about it again because, as I said, the first episode was extremely rocky. So I do want to talk about it again. But like, I mean, not now because we
just did it like
this is the 4th episode in. So
is that mad? We did that 4 weeks ago.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like a month.
That is a full month, babes. Well done. A month. You said you're not the brightest one, but that was great.
Thank you very much. I did, yeah. No, I do want to talk about it again because it was rocky, but not now. Sometime in the future,
yeah.
I will, but not right now.
Yeah, not right now. I don't know. We'll come up with some topic next week. I just like enjoy these like kind of ranty things. I think they're fun to do.
I think they're fun.
Yeah. But yeah, be sure to follow us on our socials, which is Too Drunk to Be Sober. Garrett's Instagram is the Garprint. That is TheGaorprint. And then mine is Jammy Dodged, and that is Faggot. So
it took me a second. I got that.
I retract me Bright statement.
That's not how you spell it.
Guys, like, you forgot a J in there.
I was like, there's no F. Silent F.
But yeah, thanks so much for listening. Again, we apologize if the sound quality is not the best. We were forced to do this online, but we are back to be normal audio. Well, not that our audio was good anyways.
It's going to be a struggle for a good 15 episodes.
Yes, but we appreciate anyone who's bearing with us. And I am working on the stickers at the moment. So expect them in a few weeks, and more exciting content to come. We will eventually maybe like make some merch and stuff. I don't know. See how we go. But yeah, we're on Spotify and YT, and we're still working how to get on other things. It's a long struggle.
I feel like it'll be.
Be like we're yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about it because it just gets me too heated. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, we're fine. I'm fine here. I'm fine.
That's a good quote. Be like we're yeah.
I was gonna get into a rant, but I don't want to get too heated.
Yeah, we're already at an hour, so.
Apple Music can suck me too.
I'll suck you too if you want, peeps.
No.
Just kidding. But yeah, we're too drunk to be sober, and this is us signing out.
Bye.
Toodaloo.